He keeps it there. This time a slow one on off cutter. Lovely piece of bowling. 38 for 5. Those two lines, those two worms miles apart. All the wickets have meant the scoring rate has slowed down almost to a dead position. Run rate 4.75. The required rate is almost now touching 9.5.
Yeah, it is, and just to hop back on that length, we saw Hassan Ali get Ahmed Shahzad out with a short one as well, where he really bowled it hard into the wicket, and with the little variable bounce and variable pace, that becomes a really difficult delivery to score off, and becomes a wicket-taking delivery. If you don't give the batsman any width, it becomes tough to score off.
Yeah, the singles really will not hurt the Zalmis a lot. 2 runs taken. Hafiz is not too happy with that fielding effort. I think takes a bit of time really to adjust to Gaddafi Stadium's outfield. Well, more of Q-Mobile selfie moment. Way to go.
It does, and what we'll see Irvin do particularly well is he's got to hit the ball out into the sweepers, and they've got to run hard because that's the only way they're going to keep their momentum and score going.
That's a spanking drive. Some relief at last for the Gladiators. Made it look very easy. Once he got to the pitch of the ball, it was all about the end part, the execution, and not over-hitting the ball.
Inside out over extra cover. Very difficult shot, but it had a stamp of authority and class. Just moving inside the line and hitting over extra.
Yeah, exactly right, Bazit. There was a lot of class and there. A tough shot to play. You've got to really get down the pitch of the ball. You've got to hold your shape particularly well, particularly with the ball turning away from you. So execution outstanding.
Oh, this one a straighter ball from same action, same landing area. Such a clever bowler, especially against left-handers. He just does the job over after over. His record is phenomenal.
Yeah, he does it. I know. Chris Gale has had his time against Mohamed Hafiz, and Mohamed Hafiz comes on and bowls when Chris comes in. What we tried to do with Chris in the last game was to get him to stand on leg stump to Hafiz, so he got his pads out the way and opened a hitting zone for himself through the offside. So that's something we worked on. I'm sure Sean Irvin will do exactly the same.
But it's such a luxury for Peshawar. You have Wahab Riaz with 29 wickets in 2 PSLs. This PSL, we've got Hafiz with the highest dot ball percentage. So 2 best bowlers bowling in tandem.
I didn't realize that Mohamed Hafiz had the highest dot ball percentage this tournament. That's very interesting. And often you find that though with an off spinner when there's a lot of left-handers around the top orders, which there have been in this competition. So yeah, really good and really well bowled by Hafiz.
Not a bad over for the Gladiators. 10 from it, 48 for 5. One of 66 balls. We'll have to play sensible cricket, fearless cricket, and hope that there's a bit of luck running for them in this little session.
Yeah, it's 100 there off the next, well, what's it, 11 overs, which is not insurmountable if they can get a partnership going and allow themselves the opportunity to have wickets in hand at the death.
Well, that's well fielded at point. Who have we got? The Panther Professor Hafiz. Well, that's a special box, HBL VIP box. Seem to be enjoying themselves.
Hafiz has been particularly good at backward point this tournament. He took a real blinder against us last Imad Wazim the other night, and rest assured that as coach of Pakistan, I am going to be reminding him of that every time he goes out on the field.
That's cleverly played. It's a fast outfield. Will race to the fence. That's beautifully hit. Use the bounce of the bowler, and well, Wahab really will have to target the body, otherwise Anwar Ali is quite capable of shying away from the line of the ball and playing this uppercut.
He is a dangerous batsman. He can hit those sixes, but here he just used the pace, let it come on. And with Wahab, you can actually use the pace even on a slow pitch.
Yeah, exactly right, Basit. You can. Anwar Ali is going to have to play a different innings here. We've seen him being used at the back end where he's come in and hit boundaries right at the back end of the innings. Here he's got time now to really forge an innings for himself.
While he was offering a dead bat to that length in the last over of Wahab, he's found a way to manage that length. So an uppercut for 4 and then the single through the slips for it, which means he's exposed the left-hander on strike.
Yeah, what he's done well is we often talk about as coaches, you talk about hitting a boundary and then getting to the other end. And I think that was the thing that Safi didn't do. Safi went boundary, and then tried to hit another one. Whereas we've seen Anwar hit a 4 and then get to the other end, and suddenly that's 5 off 2 balls, which means you're taking pressure off you all the time.
Well, you're in with a chance to be part of that great Pepsi Catcher Karo scheme. Just feel that Zalmi need to think wickets. They can probably go and win this in the last over if they do not pick a lot of wickets in a jiffy, but I think the idea should be really to go for wickets, and especially when Wahab Riaz is bowling, because it's good enough really to give them that extra breakthrough.
Yeah, I like that. That approach is 100% right, Ramiz. You know, so easy now they can just sit back and say, right, we'll just restrict the 2s, we'll restrict the 1s, and suddenly look at the scoreboard and you just get yourself in trouble, where they can close out the game in the next couple of overs if they take wickets.
Who do you think will win the final? Vote now at the rate of the PSL T20. All engrossed in the match. Quota need 95. Crowd still expecting a bit of a twist. This can't be as straightforward as it looks. Gladiator have got to make a fist of things. That's good running. Single of the last ball of that over. And after 10 overs, it's all the 5s on the board. 55 for 5. 55 for 5 in 10 overs. Quetta Gladiator. That run rate of 5.5 is no good. Asghar picking up an early wicket. And only 9 runs is given. Excellent bowling by Asghar. Most of the bowlers have bowled really well. Especially Hassan Ali. I thought he bowled really well with the new ball. He put the pressure on the batsman.
Just feeling a little intimidated, sitting in between two fast bowlers and fast bowlers of note. So there'll be a little bit of tension in my voice probably.
Relax, relax. We don't bowl anymore.
The man himself, Shahid Afridi. But his team is doing well so far. Required run rate for Quetta, 9.46. Played brilliantly in this PSL 2017, Shahid Afridi. 15 sixes, most by any batsman in this PSL.
As long as the run rate is under 10, and of course they have lost already 5 wickets, it's not going to be easy, but they cannot really afford to lose any more wicket from here on. For the next 5 overs, stick to this. 7 over maybe, Bazid, 6 and over, 7 and over. Even if it gets to like 11 and over or 12 and over in the last 5 overs, you give yourself an opportunity. Only single.
Yeah, Q Mobile selfie moment. We've had a lot of those. No more autographs now, Wasim, it's just selfies.
Zilch, just selfie. Doesn't matter you're half asleep on the plane, they come for selfie. But that's the love.
Really good crowd in today. Even this new stand which has been built, which is called the media center. Only media is supposed to be here, but there's so many people here, they cannot really adjust them all over. Only what, 25,000 capacity, and every seat is being taken, so people have to really adjust. So there are a lot of people have come into this stand also. So you're talking about these selfies, it can be a little bit pain at times.
The problem is these two new stands are named after Waqar Yunus and Wasim Akram, so everybody wants to sit there, let alone the selfie. They want them in those stands.
That looks really good, isn't it, Wasim bhai?
Looks brilliant, awesome. Thanks to PCB. Required run rate 9.89 now. They need a partnership here, at least in last 5 overs. End of the over, we'll come back to it. 60 for 5 in 11.